Hey, 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 what's up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are right now. If you are new in this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can see all of my videos that has been recorded here. It's related electrical, instrument, telecom, fire and gas, safety, as long as it's related of my experiences from design, construction, QA/QC, pre-commissioning, and commissioning that is involved here in my YouTube, right? So today, guys, our topic is related hot loop check. Hot loop check. What is the hot loop check? And what this is the vital part in the commissioning activities. So there's a cold loop test, there is a hot loop test. Okay, cold loop, that's before we do the hot loop check. So now hot loop check is very crucial. It's very critical that we need to present here. Okay, so some of you might know, don't know about the commissioning and about the pre-commissioning, and this is now you can learn something about hot loop check, and this is related all of activities that all of the experiences. Okay, we will start now. So in introductions, hot loop check is to ensure, confirm that the following hot loop check in control system ensures that a real-time control loop executes with its required cycle time. It is critical part of validating system stability and performance. That's why I'm telling you earlier, it's very crucial. So if the loop exceeds its time budget, it's considered a hot loop, meaning it's running too close or beyond its timing limit, requiring optimizations or redesign. All right. So next, hot loop, that's part of the instrumentation's activities. Instrumentation and control. That's why we have electrical, we have instrumentation and control, we have telecom. Okay, instrumentation and controls, that is combinations with the fire and gas, right? So prior to start hot loop testing, you have an index which all deliverables are available for preparations of the hot loop testing, ensuring confirming with the following, okay, in the next slides that I will share that to you. So this is the checklist for your loop testing. So some of you maybe already knows they are working in the commissioning, they are working in the pre-commissioning. So, but some of you are fresh and new graduates and new beginners in the kinds of activities from the construction, or you are in the engineering, you have good ideas because if your background is from engineering, if your background is from uh, as an inspector, now you become a construction, it's very easy. Okay, and now commissioning, pre-commissioning, so you have an all ideas in terms of these activities. All right, you are not everything is not in our mind, but some you can recall and you can apply. So it's a matter of time that do the practicing, just like you are studying in the school, you are studying as a theory, but when do the applications, it's difficult. Why? Theory is different than application, right? So now let's move on. Commissioning is complete for the installed equipment. So number two, calibration range of the instrument is correct. So calibration is very important, right? As you know, prior to install the equipment, that's to be calibrated. Okay, check the FGS, meaning fire and gas system detector is as per layout location. So meaning your drawing, your fire and gas detector, and then as per layout, and then before this layout locations of the fire and gas system, guys, for additional idea, this will be approved and considered mapping study has been completed. So after the mapping study is completed, identify wherever you are installing the fire and gas system, it's to be approved. And then there's a third party as well. There are expert about that kind of mapping study. Okay? And then alarm and trip settings are correct. So meaning alarm and trip settings, this has been carried out during our FAT activities, factory acceptance testing. It's already done. It's already applied. And then we have a philosophy. We have alarm and trip settings are there. Okay. So alarm and trip priority to verified as per alarm rationalization report. So since we have a philosophy, we have a lot of procedures that we need to carry. So all of there is there. That's coming from the vendors. Okay. So check for open and closed loop disconnections of power and air supply to observe fail-safe actions, because in our process line, guys, in our oil and gas industry refinery, we have a lot of air pressure. So we have a lot of air that pressurize hydraulic in order to run our system, MOV, control valve, shutdown valve, etc., pressure transmitter, etc. Guys, that's combinations of our process, right? So DP meaning differential transmitter flow transmitter check with with a square root function, right? So this is a part of your checklist during the loop testing. So next, disconnection of power and air supply to observe fail-safe actions. DP flow transmitter check square root confirm split range actions. Check for direct reverse action of control valves. Check display unit engineering units. Check over range and under range value. So next slide. So check overruns and underruns values, boundary value testing. Check the PST, meaning if you are the commissioning. So if the engineer telling to you that, so how about our PST? It's completed, testing is done. So that is partial stroke test. Okay. Function for emergency shutdown valve and blow down valve. This is very important why we are do the testing in this partial stroke test. Don't ask me how to do the partial stroke test. Okay? So search and check all of my videos, and then everything you will know. So the process of learning, guys, step by step. Okay? So from the engineering, construction, implementation, pre-commissioning stage, commissioning stage, handover. All right. So closing timing of emergency shutdown valves and opening timing blowdown valve. And then there's the next one. Consistency and correctness in tagging between instrument device and field graphic control system. Why is this very important? If you miss the tagging and then you are going to your HMI control room, and then during check your LCP, if the tagging is wrong, so you cannot identify in your drawing an IO list. Okay, this list is correct because as per drawing, as per IO list, as per our report, it's different. So that's why tagging is very important. Don't miss the tagging. If you put 870, be careful, not 878. Okay? So 870 meaning this will not be changed. 878. It will be 870, and then you can see in your control room, HMI, any LCP, it should be 870. Right? So control system cabinets alarm function checks, power, fan failure, temperature high, smoke alarm, proper communication, interface, and redundancy between the system packages and fiber, RFID, etc. So some of the equipments that needs redundancy. Okay, so you need to check the serial link, bitmap, registered, correct address, and serial communications to other system. So if you are in the instrument control, so maybe you should know those uh, mentions that the last part I read. So bitmap, registered, correct address, further serial communications to other system. All right. So that's the whole informations, guys. How to check what is the requirements of our hot loop testing. So thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. And see you. Bye bye.